Okay, well, I did it. I got myself a JetSpeed FT5 Pro hockey stick. So, wanted to do a quick review on this thing today, just kind of let you know that I've put 7 hours of game time on it so far, and do have some feedback on it. Recently, I broke my final AS4 Pro Supertacks stick, which to this point has been my favorite stick. I've been in those for months, and they've always performed well for me. I've actually gotten pretty good durability out of them. I will say that I tend to break the blades on them, so that's kind of my issue with the Supertax stick. They kind of get all rattly inside the blade. The foam comes detaches and whatever goes on. But decided it was time to try another stick, and these had just been released. And so I figured I'd give it a shot. So, like with everything, there are pros and cons. And so I'll give you a little bit of my feedback as best I can so far. So this one does a really good job at being accurate and requiring less of a loading period than the AS4 Pro did. So I got this one in a 75 Flex P90TM, but it is a significantly stiffer feeling stick than a 75 Flex AS4 Pro. And you can see that the curve here is pretty similar to a P29 or a P92, similar loft and all that good stuff. And then on, the back side of it looks pretty standard, like your a basic standard hockey stick blade. And then on the front side of it here on the forehand, you can see that it looks kind of like a P29 with maybe a little bit more of a max height feel, but not quite a max height. It's also got a little bit higher of a lie on the last quarter of the blade, so that's kind of the similarity that it has with the P28. But it's something I've used before, and I've liked the curve. So this stick, they do a really good job with the grip on it. So this also has a kind of like a spiral grip that that was not too different than the Bauer Supreme 2S Pro had. This is maybe a little less aggressive on the bottom side of the shaft, and it feels really good. I think they've done a good job with it. The stick feels a little beefier than the AS4 Pro and the FT4 Pro from a standpoint of the possible durability. And here you can see a little bit of that spiral grip at the bottom of the E, a little reflection there. But it kind of feels like it's going to be a little bit more durable of a stick. And I mean, I think CCM kind of went with a rough patch of sticks that performed well but didn't last that long, ever since the FT3 Pro and the Trigger 5 Pro. All great sticks, just, hard to get them to last for a while. But yeah, so when I tried this in the store with regard to stiffness, it actually... This 75 Flex is very similar to like maybe an 80, somewhere in between the 80 to an 85 Flex AS4 Pro. And we're talking same exact length, same exact, specs and all that good stuff. Because I was considering getting myself an 80 Flex AS4 Pro with a P90TM for when I play defense, because I do that frequently. And this 75 Flex here actually played, it feels similar to an 80 Flex AS4 and maybe even a little stiffer. That did worry me when I got this stick, but playing on the ice with it, it proved to be, it doesn't require as much loading, even though it's a little harder to load, and it does result in a little bit better accuracy and a little bit quicker release than the AS4 Pro had. So I think the way I would look at it if you're considering this JetSpeed or the AS4 Pro is that if you need something that's a little easier for you to load, I think the AS4 is probably going to do it for you on that one. But if you're not really having any trouble loading sticks, you could probably take advantage of the accuracy benefit that you'll get out of this one. Also, if you're kind of noticing the color here, I didn't realize this. I know everybody's seen the red one, but apparently they released a limited batch of different colors too. So in addition to the red and this blue in here, they have a grayish silver one that was in the store. And no additional charges or anything like that. It was mostly just which color do you like, and this one plays like a blue hockey stick, so I figured go with that one. Thought it was pretty neat, so went with it. So yeah, I mean, at this point, I'm really happy with the stick. I've noticed that the blade feel difference is it feels like it's a little bit more dampened than the AS4 Pro. AS4 Pro, the Supertacks line has always had a really stiff blade that's very has a lot of pop to it, which is good. It's a little hard to get used to hot passes, but it does have a lot of pop. Whereas this particular blade that they're using in the Jet Speed stick, the puck does stick to the blade a little bit easier, though that is part in due to the type of curve that's on here. The P90TM, very conducive to easy passing, and that's definitely a big pro of it. So I think right now, my opinion is that the AS4 Pro and the Jet Speed FT5 Pro are the two best sticks that are on the market. And I think your real differences are simply going to come down to, what one do you like the color of, and which one do you like, which one has like a little bit better flex rating for you. I think that's really going to be all that it comes down to. If you were considering getting these sticks, I don't think I would hesitate at all so far from what I've seen and felt. It's a fantastic stick. I have a little sneaking suspicion that it might be slightly more durable than the Jet Speed, so that's never the Jet Speed, a little more durable than the Supertacks from last year. So, time will tell on that one, but it sure feels that way from initial playing. So anyways, I think that's probably about all I need to say about the stick for now. Get out there, try one out. Don't be afraid to try this curve, although what I will tell you about it here, and just kind of taking a look at the thickness here, this is a thicker blade than the P29, has a taller throat height on it here, so but not quite max height. Yeah, and then, so basically what I'll say is, like, if you are somebody that's using a P29 or a P92, you will most likely enjoy using the P90TM. However, if you're somebody who's currently using a P28 curve, I highly doubt that you'll like this particular curve. That toe that you see at the end of this curve here is more designed for pulling the puck. It's not designed for shooting the puck as much as the P28 curve is, in my opinion. I think you need to, if you're someone who shoots well with a P29 and P92, the release point is exactly the same. So I think it's just an easier transition. I didn't really notice much of anything except for some stick handling benefits. So anyways, I think with that said, I'm going to end the video there. Hopefully this was valuable for you and it'll inspire you to go give it a try. I'm a big fan of the stick so far and enjoying using it. And right now I'm not really seeing a reason to return to getting any other AS4 Pros Supertacks at this point. Although I did see a picture of the AS5 Pro Supertack stick that is coming out. But all I can tell you about it at this point is it is the same exact color as all of the AS5 Pro Supertack protective gear that has recently been released. So, for whatever that's worth. But anyways, thanks for watching, and let me know if you have any questions, and we'll see you in the next video. Peace.